What the hell is this?
So Nintendo's kind of going through this, I'll call it a personality death, so to speak. You might ask what I mean by that, and what I mean by that is, you know what, I'll put it to you this way. Let's look at the Mii channel. Yes, that's right, the Mii channel. Before we even get in, notice that it's right next to the disc channel. You know, the most used channel on the entire console, the one that you play your games on, is right next to it. So clearly, Nintendo wants you to think it's the second most important thing, right? Cool. You open up the Mii channel and you're greeted to your Miis. Simple as that. They're all just in there like a bunch of ants just walking around. You can send them to the Mii Plaza, you can edit Miis, you can make new Miis, you can delete Miis, you can call them to attention so you can look at all of them at once. It even tells you how many there are. You have all of these different things you can do with them that frankly don't even need to be there. Just a whole bunch of quality of life features that they included just for the hell of it, just to give it a little bit of character. While the Mii Maker itself is pretty basic, it still is meant to let you have fun making your own little character, even including the little music that accompanies you in the back while you're making it. This music is iconic because it's simple and yet catchy. And you know, that's a pretty common theme among Wii menus and such as the Wii Shop channel. But then let's move on over to the Wii U. See, you look at the Wii U menu, and granted, I have no clue if I've altered this one or moved the channels around on this one or not. After further review, I did. So basically just take everything I said and apply it to the Wii U. Now you open up the Mii channel and it's not as good looking. You know, it's a lot more straightforward. You just throw them on shelves and give them poses and that's about it. Since divided between the gamepad and the TV, everything about how the Miis are displayed is kind of basic. They don't just walk around and do whatever anymore. There's no more Mii Plaza or anything like that. They just kind of stand there menacingly like statues, just waiting for you to check on them again. Real talk, they're kind of creepy if I'm being honest. But the personality was dialed back just a little bit. It's not anything too crazy though. It's not until we get to hell over here that it really starts taking a hit. Since the Switch was a complete rebrand, obviously they kind of threw away the whole channel idea, right? So I'm scrolling through, you can see it on the screen, you might be asking, where are the Miis? That's the fucking problem. The very first menu you get when you open the game, they're nowhere to be found. You want to know where they're at? Let's go down here, right? Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to go down 8 levels to find the Miis. And then you open the menu and look at all this empty space. You see all that? Nothing to be found. You go to create/edit a Mii, and then that's where your Miis are at, right? They're just sitting there staring at you. They're not walking around. They're not even on a shelf posed like action figures or something. They're just sitting there in boxes, staring at you. And you know what else? Unlike the last two, you hear that? Yeah, that's complete silence. There's not even any music anymore. Where's the music? It makes no sense because the Miis have more customization now than they ever did on the Wii U and especially the Wii. And we don't even get any music to complement that because the Switch doesn't have any music, period. This is what I mean. I'm using the Miis as an example because they went from being on the top of the world in the Wii days. Now they're getting hidden behind 7 to 8 extra sets of fucking menus. They're living paycheck to paycheck now and they used to live in the mansions, man. This shit is sad. But if that's not enough, let me demonstrate the point further. Let's just compare all 3 of these, shall we? So you see the Wii menu over here. Everything's laid out under the guise of calling them channels, right? Obviously, you can see things here like the internet channel, the forecast channel, Netflix channel, the Everybody Votes channel, the photo channel, all of that. They're in these rounded rectangles. And with a disc channel, when you see a disc get popped in, you see it slide in from the left. Little details like that. You see the time and the date plastered right there for you to see in big, bold numbers and letters. If you have an SD card, that little thing down there, it's blue. If you don't, it's gray. Then you have options in the bottom left, the Wii message board in the bottom right, with this nice horizontal static sort of thing, like you're looking at what? A TV. Which is why they are channels in the back. It makes sense. Now you move over to the Wii U, it's a lot more streamlined. They're not necessarily going for a TV sort of aesthetic anymore, but it's still basically the same aesthetic. There's squares now instead of rectangles. They gave them these little borders the background. It's not just horizontal stripes or anything. It's now a bunch of floating symbols for some reason. You have a bunch of apps on the bottom to, get to things quick in case you need to check them. And now you have your Nintendo account in the top left in case you need to check on that. It's basically the same thing, but it's not. It's ever so slightly different. But there's still a lot of life here. And that's not even talking about the other portion of it. Look at this. It's a crop circle of Mii's just chilling. Back when Miiverse was still active, there were a whole bunch of real people's Mii's that would be hanging around here. People's drawings, talking about games, but obviously that's defunct now, so it's just a bunch of Nintendo-made Mii's. They won't tell you that they're being paid by Nintendo, but they are. Their only job is to sit here and promote these apps, and these apps aren't even worth a damn. It's nice. There's personality here. It's pleasing to look at. And of course, now we head on over back to this, which has about as much creativity and aesthetic as a piece of paper. This right here, this was not made for aesthetic. This was not made to be nice to look at. This was made purely as a menu. It wasn't made to be a good looking menu. It was made for you to bypass it completely, to play the games, and that's it. There's no more fun music. There's no music at all. I don't understand why they just decided to omit the music entirely. There's no more fun text. There's no more pop-ups. No more anything, really. There's not much to keep you here. It's not even fun doing anything in this menu. You're just strictly here to select the game you want to play and move on about your day. The Wii and Wii U wanted to present you with the Mii's in a way to make you want to engage with them. The Switch doesn't do that. It hides them away in the settings underneath so many tabs you don't even remember where they are half the time. And the fact is, the Switch 2 is going to continue this exact trend, where the Wii U pretty much just took the Wii's whole channel aesthetic and just switched it up a little bit and added some things. The Switch 2 is taking the Switch's UI right here and just slapping it on again. Really don't see why this is the case. I mean, PlayStation kind of did this too, but at least PlayStation had the decency to give us wallpapers that slide in behind the game, and even some games have music. But this? No, we don't have anything. I just hope that they can rectify this, because people have been complaining about this since the Switch's release. I just hope that maybe they can change their mind during the Switch 2's life cycle. I highly doubt it, but maybe.